An elder in a village sees a catalog photo of a carved statue in a museum across the world and asks, quietly, "How do we get it home?" That question is the beginning of today's show. Not an accusation, but a problem to solve, legally, carefully, and safely. The facts are clear. Communities deserve pathways to reclaim their heritage. Today, we map those routes.
Good morning. Our research shows this is exactly the kind of moment that sparks action, a recognition followed by two urgent needs, evidence and a secure process to submit it. We'll be practical. Museum corrections, auction holds, UNESCO petitions, export control flags, and mediated repatriation, what they are, when they work, and what we must prepare first.
Before we begin, a quick safety note. We will anonymize examples, avoid naming ongoing cases, and explain how to prepare redaction-safe packets so claimants and custodians are not exposed. Legal routes take time, often cost money, and rarely offer overnight wins. That realism matters. Justice is a process, not a promise.
Let's lay out the map in plain language. There are 5 common routes we see used responsibly. 1. A museum corrigenda or relabeling followed by repatriation. 2. An emergency auction hold that pauses a sale. 3. Diplomatic or UNESCO-level petitions that create pressure. 4. Export control or customs flags that prevent outbound movement. And 5. Negotiated returns through mediation. Each route demands different evidence thresholds and timelines.
To make this concrete, we reconstructed 3 anonymized success paths. The first is a museum correction that led to return. An elder recognized a reliquary photograph in a foreign museum's online catalog. The community supplied dated photos, an accession transfer receipt from early 20th century records, and a notarized oral history affidavit from a temple custodian. The museum reopened its files, found a gap in provenance, corrected the label, and, after mediation, agreed to repatriation.
The key here was the documentation, a dated village photograph showing the object in situ, an archival receipt from a colonial-era intermediary, and consistent oral testimony that matched those documents. Our monitoring confirms that museums often respond when documentary provenance demonstrates a credible, continuous association with a community.
Important caveat. Museums are diverse. Some will open files and collaborate. Others will push back or request more proof. That's why mediation and a redaction-first packet are vital. You do not need to go public immediately. Secure the documents with trusted NGOs or pro bono lawyers first.
Case Study 2. An auction challenge. An object surfaced on an international auction notice. Family photos and a partial catalog description were emailed to the auction house within days. The auction paused the lot while provenance was verified. Rapid submission, timestamps, archived emails, and an affidavit created leverage for mediated negotiation, and in that anonymized instance, the sale was canceled pending investigation.
This is important. Speed and format matter. Auctions move fast. If you find a possible match, capture screenshots, archive the listing with a reliable timestamp, and contact the sale house through documented channels. Send a concise, redaction-safe packet, not a long manifesto, with the strongest evidence first, dated photos, accession or export numbers if available, and a clear chain of custody note.
Case Study 3 shows the power of coordinated petitions at an international level. In that anonymized example, diaspora groups, a heritage NGO, and a legal clinic prepared a UNESCO-adjacent petition with corroborated archival records, diplomatic briefing notes, and secure witness statements. The coordinated packet did not force a legal ruling, but it shifted diplomatic conversation and led to a mediated process that returned several items over months.
Now let's get practical with an evidence primer. What admissible evidence looks like. First, dated photographs showing the object in location. Photos from temples, festivals, or family shrines are gold. Second, accession numbers, export or customs receipts, and any museum or auction catalog citations. Third, oral history affidavits with clear chain of custody statements. Fourth, archival documents, old inventories, colonial-era receipts, travelogues, or missionary records. Fifth, metadata and digital timestamps from captured web pages and listings.
A few redaction rules when you prepare packets. Remove direct contact details that could endanger informants. Redact names of vulnerable witnesses. Keep precise provenance facts, but anonymize identifiers that could expose individuals to reprisals. Store the full, unredacted originals in a secure legal partner vault and share only redacted copies for public or initial institutional review.
We asked repatriation lawyers and provenance researchers, anonymized for safety, what realistic timelines and costs look like. Their answer? Expect months to years. Museum corrections and auction holds can be quicker if evidence is airtight. UNESCO-level diplomatic processes take longer, but can change the political environment. Costs vary: paid legal representation, archival searches, and shipping if physical inspection is needed. But there are pro bono clinics and NGOs that take cases with strong documentary evidence.
If you're preparing a case and money is a concern, start with documentation you can collect locally and cheaply: photographs, dates, witness statements, and any local inventory records. Then contact vetted NGOs or university provenance programs. Many will advise whether a case has traction before you spend on formal legal fees. Our monitoring finds that transparent, well-documented packets are the best way to attract pro bono partners.
We must also mention realistic outcomes. Not every claim results in return. Sometimes the outcome is a corrected label, shared custody, long-term loan, or negotiated cultural loan programs that return access without physical handover. These are not failures. They can be meaningful forms of restitution, recognition, and cultural repair. We frame results honestly so communities are not led to expect instant returns.
Okay, 3 immediate actions you can take after this episode. 1. Assemble a redaction-safe evidence packet using our checklist: dated photos, any receipts, oral history affidavits, and a chain of custody note. 2. Contact a vetted NGO or pro bono legal clinic and ask for secure intake. Do not publish sensitive evidence publicly first. 3. Archive copies in a trusted repository or university collection and keep clear timestamps of every submission.
If you want help vetting a packet, send us a secure inquiry. Follow the redaction rules we described. We will never ask you to reveal anything that could put people at risk on air. Remember, evidence over emotion, procedure over publicity. The facts are clear. The evidence is undeniable. Stand with Cambodia.
Thank you for listening. Share this episode with temple custodians, community leaders, and anyone collecting local records. If you found this useful, subscribe to NSP Plus TV for more practical guides, and send questions about our checklist or safe intake process. We documented these steps so communities can act with knowledge, security, and dignity.